Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining me. I want to speak just a little bit on a topic that I think is quite comical, in my opinion. And this is really, really funny. WNBA star Angel Reese, he's basically complaining that her WNBA salary doesn't pay her bills. Okay. And she's really bothered by that. She feels like she's living above her means in her own words, and that she's really struggling. Let's get into this article right off the bat because I already knew where this was going even before I read the article because I'm like, okay, it could be an issue here. Now, let me start off front. I'm not going to get into her gameplay or any of that. I don't know her gameplay that well. I've seen clips of her playing, and she's okay. Okay, she's not a Caitlin Clark, and I know some people might get triggered by that. Oh, she a black woman. You need to support her because she a black woman. Stop, man. Don't. If anybody on this channel thinking like that, then you need to stop. That has nothing to do with her being black. Okay, if you got the skills, I'll up you. I'll talk. I'll praise you. But if you don't have those skills, what am I going to do? Make it up? Stop it. But anyway, yeah. I'm not here to critique her gameplay or any of that. I just want to analyze what she means by her WNBA salary is not paying her bills. What's really going on here? So let's get right into this article. The WNBA is rolling in more cash than it has in its relatively short history. This is according to, and also let me say this right up front. This article is lightweight opinionated, so when I read it, you're going to hear the opinion of the writer of this particular article, but I want to get down to the actual factual basis of apparently what Angel Reese has said in reference to her salary not paying her bills. However, Sky Forward and Caitlin Clark rival Angel Reese says the money she received from the league, quote, don't pay my bills. I just hope you all know, Reese said Wednesday on Instagram Live, the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think it pays one of my bills, literally. Okay, see what she has to say. And well, let's basically hear what the article has to say. Okay, she made her statement that it doesn't pay her bills, not one of them literally. Okay, now let's get into what the writer of the article says here. Okay, and what are those bills? According to Reese, her rent is $8,000 a month. I don't know where this woman lives, but her rent is $8,000 a month, which puts her annual rent at $96,000. Why is this a problem? Because Angel Reese's rookie salary is only $73,439. Reese added, quote, I'm living beyond my means. Okay, let's go on. That would be true if Reese only lived off her WNBA salary. However, this is not the case. Reese's valuation was $1.8 million. This means she was worth that much when she entered the WNBA and before she started collecting her WNBA salary. She also has endorsement deals with Coach, Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, Wingstop, Outback Steakhouse, and Amazon. Her estimated net worth fluctuates between 1.5 and 2 million. Is Reese aware of this? Of course she is. As she told SportsCenter, quote, I want people to know the deals don't just stop in college. She said, when you go to the pros, it continues. I feel like they've grown even more. Now that I'm a pro, I can do so much more. Now that I'm a pro, I can do so much more. Then why you, whatever. So why does she cry poverty when she's a millionaire? That's what I ask, writer of this article. Maybe saying you're broke is more fashionable than saying you've got it made. Only she knows, but Angel Reese is certainly not living above her means. End of article. Yeah, I just want to speak a little bit on that because I think this is kind of comical. First and foremost, I told you guys I'm not here to critique her gameplay, any of that, okay? I've seen clips of her gameplay, and it's an average, like I said earlier, is not in comparison to Caitlin Clark, but whatever, Okay. She has endorsements and all this kind of stuff. But I'm not going to even speak any much on this whole idea of her crying poverty or I'm struggling, even though she's got, in terms of these deals that she's getting, minus her salary from the WNBA. You would think, why would you be saying, okay, I'm struggling, I can't pay my bills? I'm not going to get into that. What I wanted to pay attention to is this, and it's pretty straightforward in my opinion. If you feel you're living above your means, which is basically what she said in the article, in terms of me reading the transcript of what she said, if you're living above your means, don't you think maybe you might want to not live above your means? If you don't have the money to pay that kind of rent or whatever, then don't you think that you might want to curb it down a little bit? Rather than poot and snot and fart and I can't pay my bills. That probably would be a better idea, okay? What this suggests to me, just to me, is that she lacks money managerial skills. She lacks the ability to manage her finances properly. She sounds like, what's that lady named? Taraji B. Henson? Tara B. Henson, whatever her name is. Taraji B. Henson. P. Henson, I believe. I did a video on her some months ago about her complaining and boo-hooing and snotting about not getting paid enough, and she's just struggling. She's tired of struggling. I think she was being interviewed. I don't know if it was by Oprah Winfrey or someone else. And she's crying about, I don't get paid enough and I'm tired of this. And I think she's fired her marketing team or whatever. And yet this woman is Taraji B. Henson is a multi-millionaire. So it would stand to reason, even if your net worth is $5 million, I'm just speaking hypothetically, if Taraji P. Henson's net worth, and you want to see the connection, is $5 million, but it's not the amount of Janet Jackson. It's not the amount of, in terms of your net worth, of Oprah Winfrey. Okay, these super rich women. You probably would want to curb your expenses and say, okay, I'm not going to buy this expensive car or get this kind of apartment because it costs too much. But what do? What do people like Angel Reese do and Taraji P. Henson do? They buy all this super expensive stuff, then they're struggling, then they're complaining that they're not getting paid enough. Forget about it. I can argue all day about the fact that you're not getting paid enough. We're not going to get into that. The argument about a lot of these actors and I hate to say it, but it is what it is. These female celebrities or female sports figures. Okay, a lot of that has to do with people buying your tickets, boo-boo, and the fact that maybe perhaps your skill level is not where it needs to be in order to people to say, okay, I'm interested in what you're doing. I'm interested in your gameplay and whatever. Okay, we already know about that. It might just be that Angel Reese, needs to curb her buying habits. Instead of boo-hooing and crying about you don't have the money and you're living above your means. That's common sense, okay? If you're living above your means, you need to learn how to live below your means until you can get the finances to live more comfortably. Simple. It's simple. I mean, it's simple. Even the article talks about her crying about, she's basically a millionaire. She's not a super millionaire, but she has money. She has money, but what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? You're buying a bunch of stuff that you can't afford. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. And I know I'm going to get hated, and I know people are going to get triggered. But unfortunately, this is what tends to happen with a lot of celebrities. Okay? Unfortunately, this is what tends to happen with a lot of celebrities, with a lot of sports figures, and unfortunately among a lot of black ones, because they don't understand how to manage their money. They don't have managerial skills. They don't understand about saving or different things like that. They don't really understand it. They haven't been taught that. When they get a lot of money, what do? They just spend it crazy. Spend money like it's crazy. That's what ended up happening to some extent to the rapper MC Hammer. Talking about, he lost a lot of money and he was giving away a lot of stuff and wasn't getting anything back. Mike Tyson, now we look at people like this and we say, oh man, they not poor. They're not poor, but they're not as rich as they could have been or used to be because they didn't manage your money properly. All this money you making and you just buying a whole bunch of stuff that depreciates in value over time. This is an unfortunate situation among a lot of people, and unfortunately, especially among a lot of black celebrities, whether they're sports figures or whether they're actors or whatever, particularly sports figures. They end up going broke because they spend their money on a bunch of junk that depreciates in value over time. Well, I don't hear this from other celebrities. I just don't, except our own, if you want to call it that. And this is a shame. We need to, people like Angel Reese needs to learn how to manage her money properly. That's what that is. It's really simple, in my opinion. It's a matter of managing your money properly and not living above your means. It's not rocket science. So all this boo-hooing and crying about, it's not paying my bill, my salary's not paying my bills. What do you think people are going to, what you want the people that you crying to say, oh, I feel so sorry for you. You know what? I'm going to up your salary. I'm going to give you more money. We're going to do more endorsements or whatever. No, it ain't about feeling sorry, because investors is not into feeling sorry for people. Investors is into saying, I'm going to invest in this person because I believe I'm going to get something back. They're not going to invest in you because they feel sorry for you because you pooted and snotted and cried that your salary is not paying your bills. They're not going to invest in you based off of that boo-hooing and crying. That's just not going to happen. Investors are trying to make money. And if in fact she was crying to people or crying and boo-hooing in the interview, that her salary doesn't pay her bills, literally don't even pay one of her bills. If her objective was to try to lure the interests of investors or other corporations to invest in her so she can get more money, they're not going to do that. It's not about feeling sorry for you. It's about, they're looking at money. It is what it is. They're looking at money at the end of the day. And they're not going to invest in you because you claim that the money you're getting is not paying your bills. What they're going to say is what I said. You need to learn how to live within your means until you can get more money, if that's going to be the case. Pretty simple. What do you guys think about this? Angel Reese is crying. Do you think she's justified in what she's saying? I don't think she's justified. I just think that she needs to manage her money a little bit better. Okay. Yeah. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all and see you again.